welcome to our channel. We are the GraceNotesStitchers. I'm Corrin.
And I'm Colleen.
We are a channel about cross stitch. We sometimes neglect to say that. So yeah, hopefully you enjoy cross stitch. Today we are coming to you from our brand new craft room. Yay! So we did make a video, so I'm not really going to give you a tour of it today. But Colleen's really happy because I have a shelf right next to me for my coffee. I won't be splattering as we go today. We had a busy day today. Dogs had to be groomed, and my middle daughter had an orthodontist appointment, so it's kind of later in the day for us. But so I got them while because we were out for quite a while today, running errands, going to Hobby Lobby. I wanted to get some more, I guess, wall decor for in here, because the panels where the metal is, it's painted over, but you can't hammer. So anyway, I thought some decals would be cool. Today we're going to do something a little different. So hold on to your hats. It's going to be a longer video than normal, because we are going to do a recap of March. We have all of our March projects.
I actually don't.
I guess you better go grab them.
That's exactly what I meant. Like you,
That's what I said to you about getting ready while I was gone.
Wait, is my fat cat's here? Here it is. Okay, so I need...
Yeah, that's why I had
Ginger
this open.
Kitty, the Black Stallion, Fans of the Far East, Miss Cherry Blossom. Ow. I'll just put this out. Oh, wait, everything's in here. But except everything is in here.
Such a...
Okay, so some of it's over here.
Yeah, I started to go out there for mine too.
No, it is out there. The bag.
If it's in your mania, I left the lid off.
Yeah, I saw. Good. Well, Miss Cherry Blossom is in there. Black Stallion. What else did I say?
Miss Cherry Blossom.
There's the Far East. There's no cherry. 8 projects. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
Fans?
6. Yeah, I need fans. That's right there. It's in my Winter Quakers. It's in that bag.
You can leave it in there. Do you have any oh shoot. I should have grabbed our cover photos for some of these.
Jim Shore, Fat Cat, Fans of the Far East, Black Stallion, Miss Cherry Blossom, Goose Girl, Winter Quakers, Cozy Cafe. And I did not bring my knit down. So what's the point? And that's where my tacky bob is.
You ready? Sorry, we cut out for a moment. Colleen wasn't prepared. Yeah. But, so in our new stitchy room, we don't have to worry about the overhead lights.
Right.
We don't have to worry about lights blinking. So, woohoo, that's a good thing. We have been very busy. Saturday or Friday, we did go out walking. My husband had other plans, so it was just the girls and I. So we went to a park, walked their little path twice. I mean, it was close to what, 2 miles?
It was when I was first noticing. I was like, did we see that sign again? Have we seen that before? And then when I realized we're just a few more feet, and then the girls called back, are we going around again? So I was like, oh, this is like a circle.
So we did like little over 2 miles. So that was good. So we got ourselves out there. Yeah, it was good. It was a good time being out with the girls. My 2 youngest were a little perturbed that we were out so long, and it was so hot because it was what, 71 degrees, 69 degrees.
Yeah, it was a little higher, but so
it was perfect.
Later this week it'll be a little colder.
A lot colder.
When we were heading to the car, when we had new backpacks, I don't know if they were pulling out the bottle, but one of our Contigo metal bottles tumbled. It was hers.
Yeah.
It wasn't, it's not one of ours, but like...
Yeah, so...
Dense.
One sister yells at the other one, you owe me a new bottle. Yeah, so fun times, right? All right, so let's just get to it. we'll go back and forth because we have so much. And Colleen has started counting stitches. That's why we can do this now.
I think they've done that for 2 videos now.
I know, but that's why we can do the recap. All right, so my favorite's coming first because it's on top. So this is my Beauty and the Beast by Primitive Hair. This is off of Etsy. And I do know that there are other designers other stores that can sell primitive hair. I ended up getting in a total of 7,700 stitches. No, there's not a ton of colors, but some of this is a different shading in there. It's this that gets me the stitches, and this, oh my goodness, this is all one color, Beast, and then there will be the rose under there. This is all one color. So it doesn't take a ton of time, and again, it's so nice to work on. Like, I absolutely love it. I haven't looked yet to see if there's any back stitching. I could hold this and talk about it all day long, but I won't. I do have the pattern sitting right here, so I will show you the pattern. Oh, I guess, can I hand these to you? Yeah. Okay. We're in a little bit of cram space. I mean, we love our space, but we do need to figure out, like, oh, I had this open for you. We do have to figure out, like, kind of get our mojo for in here.
Maybe I'll just clear that off and let our thing go in.
Maybe. So this is what it's going to look like. I don't see any back stitching. Are you holding yours up?
No. You can show it. First one I'm going to show you is Jim Shore Kitty. And are we going to say our stitches?
Sure.
As, Jim Shore Kitty, I worked on for 3 days and got exactly 1,000 stitches on it.
This is by Mill Hill?
Yep.
It's a Mill Hill kit, Jim Shore Kitty. The next one, oh, do you have yours that we can show together? This is the Stitch Along from...
You can show yours. So.
Yeah, Stitch Along from Frosted Pumpkin Stitchery. This is the very first. This is the March stitch. It got delayed, as many of you know. Colleen's been talking about it quite a bit. And unfortunately, I think Mom put a damper in hers because I stitched faster. Did I discourage you?
Not exactly, but yeah. Since she kept showing me what she had gotten done, I'm like, that's what mine's gonna look like.
And my husband's not thrilled that we're working on the same project, but I did get my beads done. And you guys know, if I've talked about it, I do beads last. But because it will probably all fit in my Q-snap, and because it's a monthly and I like to have my whole monthly thing done, I'm doing them, I'll say as I go, but it's still, I did my stitching, my back stitching, and then I did the beads. So I still did the beads last.
This is the next one I'm going to show.
Okay.
So I
So
think
you want me to try to put my stuff up here? Is that what you're saying?
possibly.
We'll see.
I actually pointed out the key snap so you can see all three together. But I haven't worked on it since I don't think I ever worked on it last time you saw it. Look at my Vans.
We're going to have to show this in increments.
Yep. So I remembered on this whip, well, my whip go, that I have this to finish, and thank goodness it hasn't been called yet. Because again, I'm really working on this girl.
We are,
So gorgeous. And I can't wait for the border.
what is the word? We are, I guess, kind of ambitious enough to think that whatever it's called for, we can finish it. The goals.
The goals, yes, definitely.
So I am unlike other people where they have things that they want to finish, but they know they have all year to finish.
Mm.
Like my one is a finish and it was called this month. So I'm going to try to finish the project this month.
Which one was that?
Peppermint Purple.
Oh, right. If we had told you before, we coordinated our whip goes, so I got Peppermint Purple too. And I just want to get 4 blocks done, but
So again, some people are more ambitious
after, like,
than others.
when people say you're too close to your project, we had to, because I have a dark Ada, and I changed the colors, so it's like a lighter blues and stuff. So I held it further back, and I was like, okay, I'm not going to pull out and do 2 strands.
Yeah, she's liking it more.
Right. But also with the ambitions or whatever, I only started working on Black Stallion halfway through the month, and that was last month's whip go.
So how many stitches did you get in fans this month?
Oh, I forgot today. 1,372. And I did work on that for 7 days.
And for Cozy Cafe, that was 1,940. And that's completely done. It's completely up to date. As is my Christmas wreath. completely up to date. Now, something I did find is, you know how Colleen redesigned this? It was supposed to be Santa. I didn't even tell her this yet. One of the Christmas buttons was supposed to be on Santa. So now I have to decide, can I put the button on the scarf? I mean, I know I can, but do I want to? So it's pink, so I think it'll look nice, but we'll see. So this present and like all of this going up, that was this month of March. So I did get that done. And it is hard because I have now 2 stitch alongs I'm doing, and I'm trying to prioritize those along with Whitco goals, because you know I have 4 Whitco goals, and then I have Mulan. So poof, this was the Christmas wreath, 1,954 stitches.
She stitches so much more than me for some reason, or gets more stitches. It's the 2
There's
hands.
2 reasons. Yeah, I stitch 2-handed. Always, even at Q-snap. I put my knee up and balance it on my knee.
And she has the PDF patterns.
Yeah, so you. So
I have to count as I go. Most
Yeah.
of them are.
That one's not.
1, 2, 3.
Yeah, but Cozy Cafe and Christmas wreath don't count. I still have to count them myself.
Okay, whatever.
I don't get to block those off. And neither is Year of Black Work.
Okay, whatever.
And Beauty and the Beast I can't. That's not either.
I know. I pointed to the other one.
So, yeah, I mean, definitely the Pattern Keeper does help, which we both use somewhat. Some of us more than others. But I do 2-handed stitching. I've been stitching a lot longer. And I kind of map things out in my mind. I will say, even the black work, to me, there is
not like you say map, but
a definitive pattern
of how to do it.
Yeah.
So yeah, I do stare at my pattern and say how I'm gonna do it.
But see, my mind picks it up just like that.
Mm-hmm.
And somebody said, you're really ambitious, because I'm playing a new game, which I will talk about in a little bit. But she's like, you're really ambitious doing black work for a game. And I'm like, why? I mean, yeah, I get that 2 stitches equals 1 stitch, but to me it's actually easier because I kind of whip through my black work. But I really do see a pattern. Like, I know, and I don't complete like a whole little tiny, like, oh, this is a diamond, I'm going to do the whole diamond. There's just some way that this map just kind of appears to me as I'm stitching, and like I just go boom, oh, okay, now I'm going this way. And it is weird, I get it. I know it's not normal, but it works for me. I can't even map it out on paper to know what I'm going to do. It's as I'm stitching, it just kind of appears before me. Yeah. So I couldn't even say this is the plan that I have.
Whereas I look at the pattern. But you also have a magnifying glass.
Oh yeah, that totally helps. I don't know, it helps some with black work. But if we go back to, which I had you throw over there, I was even telling Colleen, another reason I think I stitch faster. I'm sorry, I know I go off on bunny trails. But as I stitch this last row here, I actually go down and stitch this. I stitch across, but I don't do the last back over, I guess. So I do this, I go all the way down, and because of how far this is over, I actually stopped right here. And then I go back up and do the furthest left. So I kind of have this map appearing as I stitch, and as I'm going, it's just like, okay, I gotta finish this before I get back up here. Oh, you know what? I have time. I can go ahead and do this one. And like, as I'm going, I'm like, okay, well, I want to get this done. And I go back up. So I don't go, oh, I need to have this many threads done, or I need to get this far. It's just, you kind of like, oh, I already got this much done. Oh, and now I'm here. Oh, I went out. Oh, and then I go up here. And then, oh, and it's just like, you stitch super fast because you want to get back to where you were. And I think that's honestly the thing is, I'm afraid I'm going to run out. I stitch like I'm afraid I'm running out of time because I stitch right until I work. So yeah, or bed. Mm-hmm. So I'm stitching and I go down and like, oh, I got to get back up here so that I know where I am. And I think that's actually why I stitch so fast, is because I don't want to lose my place on my pattern, especially the paper patterns. And I think that's what it is I know I need to get back up to the main. I feel like I need to get back to the main part. Yeah. So I almost stitch like I'm rushing when I'm doing something like this. Just a thought.
Big bunny trail.
Big bunny trail, but you know, people do like to know how you stitch. Your turn.
Okay. Black Stallion.
Was this for Whitco?
Yes. I worked on it for 5 days, and of how much progress when I had seen it. It makes sense now because it is, so let me find it, 2,157 stitches.
Wow.
2,000 on that, so it's almost
Good job.
done. It is funny how small it is.
I'm running out of projects. All right, Mulan. And again, you know, you got to realize these are 10 stitches. 4,010 stitches. But it's still a lot because there's a lot of color changes. Oh my gosh, so many color changes. But so worth it. I think Mulan is simply fantastic. I love her. So I got 4,055 in her this month. So my goal is to get 4,000 in every single month. So April, I will get 4,000 in. If I continue at that pace, I should be done with her in November. If I do 3,000, I don't know that I may have to make up for some in December. But what I did figure out is Mania, I'm going to be crazy busy. So my goal is only going to be 2,000 in May. And then that pushes me to December. Why do I care about that? Well, in Semi-Sane, in the group, I'm in part of a focus challenge. And I get extra points. Like the first month, it was multiplied by 1. Second month, if I still use the same project, it was multiplied by 1.1. Third month was 1.2. So you get extra points. So for every 1,000 stitches. And theirs is 2/10 is 1 stitch. So basically I've been stitching 2,000 and getting double points. But then I get those little extras, which is awesome. So I'll still get 1,000 in May. So I still want to do her for my focus challenge to keep that going. But by using the same project all the way through December, gets me a little bit of extra. So yes, I'm going to keep her. I'm not going to push to get 4,000 in May. I mean, if I get it, I get it. But I don't think that's happening. Not when I have all of my Mania things to do and then we add in my wreath and Cozy Cafe. Mania might kill me.
How many projects you have, or?
I have a project every day.
Right.
Right.
But do you plan on to work on them in May?
Yeah, during Mania.
Oh, okay.
Our Mania anniversaries.
Yes.
Yeah. So I don't have extra time in May.
Okay. Oh,
it's your turn.
Should I got my project there? Mystery Blossom. So again, half of these, pretty much half of these are the ones the last time you saw them, this is what was there. I haven't worked on that since then.
What's she called?
Yeah, she was in January. I didn't even have her yet, so I think I started her on the 7th.
Yeah.
You said to put a birthday gift or something. So, yeah.
How many stitches?
Oh. Worked on her for 4 days, and sadly only got 627 stitches in.
Sadly, that's kind of what a Mirabilia is like. That's how I feel about Mirabilia.
It was the interchanging.
Oh, I have more projects than I thought I did. This is my Year of Blackbird. I did bring out my papers so that I could show you what the frame is going to look like. I can't really show you what it's going to look like on the in-between because that is the pattern. So, yeah, it's kind of I don't know, strange. Well, there's my colors. So, like, that's kind of what it's going to look like. And then I picked a design for the border because I had a few that you could choose from.
Did we really choose the same one?
I don't know. I'll have to look later. This was called for April for Wickdo. I wasn't real happy about that because I felt like I had so much to go. And then I realized I don't have as much as I thought I did. So I've done all 3 of these blocks already this week. I finished this and all of these this week. I only have 1 more row. So that's my goal today. Because for my game, I got to get my tushy moving. So I'm going to do the rest of my boxes. I decided to do the outside border in red. Because then I'll do the pretty border in black. I didn't love this. But again, when you look at it, I really think that those couple blocks that I did this week, even though the colors are similar, I like them. I like the colors. And yeah, I mean, it's color on color, but I don't know. It's kind of neat. It's bumpy. My other daughter who doesn't stitch, she was like, ew, I don't like that, Mom. It's just a bunch of colors. She says she doesn't eat glasses.
Mm.
And then she gets up close and goes, oh, they're all patterned. Yeah. She doesn't watch this either, so I can say stuff like that.
I was showing you the order I was working on, but I already went out of order on purpose for one thing, but I should show you Winter Quakers.
Oh, can I?
Yeah,
My year of black work, I got 1,026 stitches.
good for you. Which, when after taking this off the cute snap, my Winter Quakers, it's huge. But you'll see this new, beautiful motif that I got done.
This one.
Yeah, it's new. That, I think, is maybe 3 colors entirely. That I worked on for
I'm holding it bumpy, I'm sorry.
4 days, and I got 394 stitches. I hate when it's in the 90s, because then you could have made it. But I was like, I'm not going to do a few more stitches in a new motif. When I picked this up, I planned to get the entire motif done before I put it back down or away.
She didn't like this, but still my favorite.
It's not that I don't like it, but
She like adds in others, and I'm like, that one's still my favorite.
I thought I had more. Like there's this.
It's purple.
It might be a diamond, but it's charms. I think it's more. It might be. Well, I don't have any blue colors really in this. It's because I got the blue fabric.
That one's purple.
I know.
I have a thing for purple, even though you always see pink.
Oh, I show my Quakers. You show yours.
Oh, look at that. My summer Quaker. I only got 352 because I added my E&F this month, which I think I need to work with this after I do some of my black work border. And then I think I know I had done like this, and I filled in some of my bird. I didn't do much. I just, you know, other things took priority. So, but this is still one of my favorites.
How many more projects do you have to go?
A few.
Okay, because you worked on more than me, and I feel like you. Doggy.
We might have a visitor.
Twyla. And we just hatched her because she just got back from the groomers.
Here's my baby.
Twyla. Okay, here's my cozy cafe. I've worked on it for 2 days. Yeah. 2 days? No, it'll be 3 days since I did work on it a little bit today. So
You did work on it today. I asked you.
did.
I knew you had more done.
997 stitches, but I've made it to 1,000, I believe. So
She's ready for you to pick her up.
yeah.
Oh, no.
So
She's under me.
I've made it to 1,000 stitches.
Twyla is a little not doing so well right now. She is going to be 13. Yeah.
She's old.
She's going to be 13 in June.
Oh, you're shaking.
Yeah, she's shaking. She's been waking up every morning. Sorry. She's been shaking every morning, and she's my baby. I mean, she is totally my baby.
And here's the real baby.
And I've been having to give her pain pills the past few days.
Where'd Jumbo?
She's got blood pressure medicine to lower blood pressure in her kidneys. And yeah, so anyway, I have to cuddle with her. She doesn't like heat, but she's been with me with my electric blanket. And then here's my real baby.
I don't know if you can actually see that. Come on.
And this is my real baby.
No, don't on the table.
She's fine. She's the one who likes the electric blanket. She's fine. She can be on the table. All right. So Cozy Cafe. Did you say how many stitches?
Yeah, like 1,000. Okay. There we go.
Pixie dust. It's all you need is faith, trust, a little bit of pixie dust. But you know what? I'm a pixie. So to me, it's pixie dust. And every time I write it, it says pixies. I got exactly 1,000 stitches. The word I worked on was the word dust. I don't have an original for that. This is one of those that you can pick your own colors. The entire pattern is black. So I chose a bunch of different Corrin water lilies because I wanted to use my silks that I just had already had. But are you really going to just lay down on the table? Sorry, my board's just going everywhere. What else do you have?
Okay. Goose Girl, which I
think Twyla wants to be on camera.
2 days. I've only worked on this. I worked on it 24th and the 31st. Totally got the whole border. The bow.
So pretty.
I got that done in 1 day, and I'm more working on those 2 sides of those
Try to
bouquets.
lick your drink.
Oh, Twyla.
Colleen has a cold drink from Wawa, so.
Strawberry smoothie, my favorite.
Yeah, so the outside is a little wet. And
Paris
likes the coldness.
Hey, if you want to come on my lap, you're... Oh,
Yep, she's just gonna lay down on the
she's
table.
laying down. Good
Not
girl.
sure if you see her or not, but it's okay. Goose Girl, you said the stitches?
988. I'm not happy. I could have made it to 1,000.
Not sure why you did stop.
Because it's just midnight.
Oh, you didn't add them before you. You added them up.
No, I have them exactly.
No, didn't you sit there with a calculator last night?
Yeah.
Hey, now I know what project this is. This is Hope and Strength by Glendon Place. I do have the pattern that I can show you. This one, I got in 400 stitches. This was called for Whip Go this month. So to pull, we, believe it or not, are pretty much set for Mania. So before we even created our craft room, we went ahead and pulled aside all of our Mania projects. So we'll show you that at the end of April, but we have a bag that, it's a from 31. It's a market tote or something like that. And it's utility tote. It's a large deluxe utility tote. And it fits all 31 of each of our projects. So 62 projects go in there. We put them all in this bag. They can all sit straight up and down. And we get to see them all. Like, it's easy. We can find them quickly. The only bummer is, as we do them, we put them on the shelf. And then the bag, like, everything's just kind of falling in the bag.
On the floor.
Why do I keep zipping these things shut?
Is that your last project?
No, I have one more.
Shut.
It's Amazing Grace, which, again, I didn't get much done in. Because I'm waiting for Hannah. Hannah from Hannah Dowling.
It's called like Honeymoon Sunset. Oh, don't walk
yeah,
on it.
Colleen might be
No.
joining you, and that's such a
I love it, but I also think I want to start my
Oh,
Sunlight Sonata.
yeah. So anyway, that's a total crap, right?
It is. That's why I want to join you guys, but it's not the same project.
So I don't know, Hannah. Can we change that hashtag from Amazing Grace to like Tilton Craft Piano or something? Something, I don't know, because yeah, she wants to do her Moonlight.
I think
Sunlight.
it's Sunlight Sonata.
Sunlight's not. Mine's the Moonlight. Yeah, the dark one. So anyway, this is Amazing Grace, and I got 521 stitches, and then I called it quits. Because again, I felt like I was cheating with Hannah. And I know that sounds awful, but like I actually was not enjoying working on it. And I was like, this will be so much fun when I am working on it with Hannah. So I did. I felt like I was cheating myself too. Alright. Now Colleen has something that I don't have.
You know, you see a FO. No, you just see an FO. Some of our videos. And I have one to show in this video. Yeah, sure.
I'll show you this.
I've shown this so many times because I know I've worked on this for 12 days of this month, and I got 1,120 stitches.
Now, was that called for Whip Go?
No, this was not on my Whip Go board. Anyway, technically it's 11 because I was doing the back stitching like after midnight on the 12th day. So technically it was only 11, but it's done.
And what do you call that one?
Fat Cat with Shells.
Fat Cat with Shells.
And that's where we said in our last video, the extra, which, you know, we said in the beginning we might have some extras for y'all. That we actually put one up, but we were planning to get it on Tuesday, correct? Anyway, so yeah, where we were saying we could do this into a flatboard and get it onto our shelves. Yeah, our lovely shelves, which...
Oh, yes. So, yes, during her little tour of the shelves, we were talking about my Lizzie Kate, and I said, and she...
Shushed. Well, you did say it.
Yeah, she shushed me. Now I understand what she was saying. It just takes me a minute.
Oh, well, hey, don't turn your page. We gotta tell our grand total.
Oh.
Alright, is it anticlimactic? Because mine's a little sad versus hers. My total is 8,116 stitches.
Yes. Look at Twyla going, I'm the queen.
You
of
might
the
see
camera.
her, the top of her head. I don't know how much you can see of her.
Yeah. That's Twyla. She's my old girl. This is Paris. She's only 3. My total was 18,948.
Kiss.
But I know that some of you actually stitch a lot more than me. So I'm happy with my numbers. I guess Colleen's happy with my numbers.
And because she used my calculator, it's a little cheap little calculator. And she was saying like, I'm clearing my numbers so you won't see it. And I'm like, it's probably double of what
she guessed 16 something.
16,000, yeah. So, and then she's like, how'd you get my number? And I was like, I made a guess. It's probably double because I got to 8,000. But no, you're a little bit.
Yeah, then I looked and went, oh wait, I was at 18.9. This is also kind of funny. So last night, 9 p.m., I had 8,948 stitches. I was like, oh, 52 stitches away from 19,000. And she's like, oh, Mom, you have time. But I'm in Creatively Crafting's Stitchy group. And our challenge this month is she's doing some kind of like bingo drawing. And if we match 1 digit, we get a prize. 2 digits, we get another prize. So I really did want to have all those different digits. So I don't know if like she'll call the same number twice. I have zero idea how this is going to run because I do have 2 8s. But yeah, so I'm kind of looking forward to that. So I was like, no, I'm good with that. Let's talk about Whip Go. April Whip Go. You're at Blackwork. We both have that to do.
I don't have my project out.
It's okay. I don't have mine out either.
Okay.
I'm going to be working on summer music. That was a kit. Elizabeth Somebody is the designer. When it comes time, I will definitely tell you who that is. I got that for free from a music group that I'm in, a music and meditation stitching group. And that person was really kind. The only thing is, it was a kit. So she had used all the threads and I had to guess. So we'll see how mine turns out. That's probably the reason I'm not so excited about this one. So I only have a goal of 400 stitches. Here at Blackwork, my goal is finishing. Once Upon a Fairy Tale, my Hade, that everybody else is stitching, so I know you know what this one looks like. That goal is, I think, 1,000 stitches.
Which one?
Once Upon a Fairy Tale. Actually, I know it's 1,000 stitches. And my Cinderella dress, that's by Brooks Books. Brooks Book. That one is 500 is my goal.
Yes. Maybe?
Yes, because it's a new start. And then Mulan, obviously, my goal is 2,000 stitches. And then I forgot to write down my Christmas wreath.
Oh, that didn't get called. You just plan to work on it.
Oh, yeah, this is my plans. Sorry, I'm plans and Whip Go at the same time. Christmas wreath I have to work on, and then our Cozy Cafe. I forgot to write them in. So if you're wondering what I'm writing in, 24 Hours of Cross Stitch, April to-do list by Jen Lee. It is for sale on Etsy.
I just lost my train of thought.
You're doing Year of Blackwork, Monster Other Mania.
I know what that is. It's Miss Mabel's cat, which you have not seen probably since Mania.
But your other goal is to finish. Goose Girl.
Oh, yeah, technically that's a goal. Oops. Yes. I'm getting a little nervous over that because I do have a ton of backstitching, and I only got like a month.
Backstitching flies.
But there's 19 colors to backstitch with. That's more than a Mirabilia.
That's a lot.
Sometimes.
Yeah, that is a lot. Yes, so that we can do our Mother's Day starts together with a clear conscience.
Did we actually hold up our, like, not our video, but did we hold up the packs to our
I think so. We held them up last time.
I got a lot to talk about.
Yeah, we have some things to talk about, so if you just wanted to see our whip parade there, you can leave us. But we have some stitching talking still to do, right?
Yeah.
So I do have Margaret's sale for April. Her March sale list, I've listed everything, I don't know. But at the beginning of March, I had told you what was on sale for March. She's extending that 1 more week, and then we'll have the April. So I will do that list before we're done today. I'm excited about that. So in Semi-Sane Stitchers, if you want to join that group, there for a while it was like a semi-closed group. It still is, but you had to know us outside of just being a viewer of Flosstube. But I think they realized that a lot of people watch Flosstube and aren't real interactive. Like, you know, we have a few people that comment on almost every video, but there's a lot of you who do enjoy watching us, which we thank you for. But all you do is hit like, which is okay, but that doesn't mean we know who you are. So Semi-Sane has decided to have a code word, like when you go to answer all their questions. So this month's code word is full, like April Fool's, F-O-O-L. So if you put in the word full, they know you got it off of Flosstube or from somebody who's in the group, so you will be welcomed in. So that's pretty cool.
Don't cross it out.
I didn't cross everything off. And then the new game that I was telling you about is called Survival of the Stitchiest. I will be honest, I've only been in it not even a week. I think my team is a little on the intense side, so we'll see how it goes. For once, I'm not the most competitive person. But I'm looking forward to it. And I don't really know how it all works yet. I do know that like I have to stitch some ingredients every day to help my settlement. I'm in a settlement. So I get to, help the other people in my settlement. We're like a little land team together. So that's kind of neat. Anything else? None of that's mine up there?
Nope.
Oh, look at that.
Your notes at the bottom. Those were kind of plans. But anyway, did we talk about Mania?
No, not really.
Just a little
just
bit.
that we got the stuff up.
Yeah, because of Fat Cat being done, I have 12 new open spots, and
Somebody's jealous of you.
my fabrics, I mean, I don't really have too many fabrics. I do have plants, and I do have a bunch of kits. I only want to start a few of those, because it'll be, like, if I don't have fabrics for next Mania or something, that I'll be like, I have no kits that I can just back up. But I have plenty of towels. I haven't showed my whole collection of those. So I plan to do at least 3 fit in there, because I think I have 7 patterns that I found to do. Because I still have 1 towel, because that's the one that has the Kreinik in it, and it has the stain at the, like,
So you're
the
taking
center.
it out. And...
I'm taking out and like restyling into a different towel, or we're washing it. I don't know. Yeah, so there's that for Mania. Anyway, I wrote it as like a fun fact about my book, like a novel. If we've ever talked about NaNoWriMo, I'm not going to go too into depth, but one of the characters, like not a main character, sort of a main character, like a supporting character, his name is Sal, and I just put that together, and I've written this back when I was 14, maybe 15. Stitch along. I said that to my sister, and she burst out laughing. And what we've done this week, I don't know, did we just fly into the whips?
Yeah, we did.
But we went bowling. That was fun. Lauren had her ball.
Mostly the teens.
Mostly the teens. The pastors were there. She had her ball, and she was going to throw it, and it flew backwards, and before it fell off the platform, I caught it, and she broke her thumbnail doing that. So that was interesting.
She came home a little not happy.
She was like,
But Colleen told the story.
I need my nail file.
I got an injury bowling.
I mean, if anything, what's the highest round? I mean, the highest there was 12 that we were using. That'd be painful if you dropped on your foot. We went over to our friend's house and we played live. Her version was a little bit different. She didn't have our tiny token things, and the spinner actually stayed in and it didn't fly out.
Our spinners.
You have to put it together, and when we spin it, go phew.
Yeah.
Played Go Fish, which was fun. I forgot how to play it because we have not played that forever. And then Uno Dare. That was so easy to learn. What?
Go ahead, finish.
And after it, because it's either like House Rules, Family, Daredevil, or I don't know what the last one was. But yeah, you would just, there's a number on it, and then you would do whatever it said, like walking around the people playing with a card between your knees. So, but we had put those cards away, and we just called a random number, and then we just were doing the dishes.
I wish I could show you Twyla. She's our poor girl that you hear. She breathes very loud.
Mm-hmm.
She also sleeps with her eyes open. Does anybody else's dog do that? But we swear she never sleeps with her eyes closed, like, ever. But your Go Fish, remember? You're supposed to write that down for me.
All right.
So another stitching thing here. In semi-sane. So I've picked up a few of my challenges again. So I'm back in. I'm still doing my letter challenge. I never gave that up. The Alpha My Bet. I'm going to do Go Fish for this month. Now, they already started off with a letter T. Well, I'm working on a year of black work right now. There is no T as the starting letter in my project. And it's only the project. You can't use the designer or anything else. So, I can say Go Fish, and instead of doing the 200 stitches for the T, I can do 400 stitches as a Go Fish. So, bless you.
So sorry.
And it's kind of a little, not kind of, it's really relaxed. So you get points for however many days in a row you stitch, or also for every 10 you stitch. So they're helping with the bonuses that way. Bless you.
I'm sorry.
And but with the Go Fish, anytime you stitch until you finish that letter. So let's say I was working on a T and it took me 2 or 3 days. I just go to the letter they call that day. I don't have to catch up. So I like that it's a little bit more relaxed of one of their games, because I can't keep up with them all anymore. My mind is going a little crazy. But in my creatively crafting stitchy group, we're back into a team event. So I don't know if you remember, my team won that mug back in October. She has a new mug. That is the goal for April. And I don't know if it's the team with the highest. I don't know if it's, I think it is. So anyway, I'll be cheering on my team and stitching my heart out.
Because you want it.
So hopefully I get more than 18,000, because two people in our group in the Stitchies, we're all called Stitchies, but 2 people in the Stitchies actually stitched 20,000 some, or over 20,000. So and I'm sure they're on, hopefully they're all on different teams. But I'm on Team Bobbie, Bobbie for Bobbins. Okay, so anyway, you had reminded me of that.
Yeah, okay. Little note, I'm going to be sniffling now because I forgot to take my allergy pill, and as soon as I sneeze, the allergies just boom, starts it all. So I get, what do you call it? Runny, no. Just the eyes, whatever the eyes have.
Oh yeah, I forgot to put my eyeglass in again. I'm going to check mark that you talked about.
And my nose. I don't want to mark up. I'm going down the line.
Okay.
So basically, we've been watching the Anne of Green Gables movies.
Bobby Stitch.
And we're doing it because of Lauren. But she was like, hey, we can go home and watch a movie. And then we said, after Flosstube. So that's fun.
But my crazy daughter.
Oh, she doesn't ask. Like,
So she says to me, she read the book Anne of Green Gables in one day. I have the hardback. It's beautiful. It was a gift from my mom. It's like a keepsake edition. It's got a color cover.
The classic. I have that and Robin Hood. They have the same look to them. And they're from my great-grandmother.
My grandma?
Yeah.
Oh,
I got them when they were going to auction and stuff.
Oh, yeah. When my grandma and grandpa moved out of their house. They were yard selling things, so we were allowed to take what we wanted. So anyway, my Anne of Green Gables, Lauren read, and today we went up to pick. Some people just, like, I think I need to kind of tell people in this one group I'm in, like, I'm a mom of 4. Please, give me a break. Because, especially Lauren, my youngest, I'm running to the library at least twice a week right now for pickups. They come outside. Yeah, she's trying to play with you. She's noisy.
When we had the leashes for a minute ago, sorry for cutting you. She was chasing her down vigorously. She's howling because she
ran and grabbed Twyla's leash. Like, come on, let's go.
Yeah, she freaks out when they both get leashes, or at least her, because when you pull out your purse and when you get the girls to the bus stop, she just sits there on the rug and looks up and just starts barking as loud as she can.
Yeah, she wants to ride with me in the car. But I was talking about the library. So Lauren is my reader. She's been reading all the comic books because my son keeps telling her all about the
Marvel Universe.
Avengers.
Oh, yeah, Avengers.
Like all the different Avengers. And like, this is what it was like in the comic book. And she's like, where did you read this? I don't remember you ever reading these. And he said, I would just sit, while you guys were running around the library, he sat in a corner and was reading the comic books. So he would just read. So she started getting all the comic books. So I've been going up to get those because she wants them in order. Now she's decided they don't all have to be in order. Thank goodness. She's getting them as they come. But then, so we've been watching the Anne of Green Gables movies from the library. And back to the book.
When we just put up the library and got the things, the first thing she put out, it was the movie. And she's like,
Anne of Avonlea.
Yeah, she's like, I said I request the book. So she hopped right out.
Slow down.
Oh, I'm talking too loud. I mean, soft.
Fast.
Whatever. Anyway, so she pulled it out. So it was the movie. And then she jumped out.
Well, first she goes, I requested the book, not the movie.
So she went and put in the book drop.
But I said to her, why'd you request the book?
I have them.
I said, I have all of them, in which I did say something to her about. But she's like, what? I didn't know you have. I'm like, I have the entire series. She's like, did you read them? Yeah, I told you I read them all. I don't know. So anyway, at least she can unrequest any future books of Anne of Green Gables because she can just read mine.
I'm just going to take the color to tighten it because it's very loose on her.
Oh, okay.
So, yesterday, Godzilla vs. Kong came out, so I actually stuck around and watched that. Also to keep an eye on them.
Yeah.
Because Dad was half paying attention to the movie.
My husband's like, wait for me to watch the movie, and then he sticks his AirPods in. So when he came up to bed, because I went, like I said, I was done at 9 o'clock stitching. I actually went to bed. So he comes up and he says, that movie just was a waste. He goes, I don't know why I even wanted to watch
enjoyed it. It was a lot of action, but I mean, I didn't know the story because I've never watched fully a Godzilla movie.
He goes, I shouldn't have told him to wait for me.
You can have your color back.
But, yeah, I just wasn't enjoying it. I wasn't into it, and I was tired.
Is that too tight?
So I went upstairs, laid down, watched the show, and then Colleen came up, and we got to watch Hannah's video that had just come out, and I kept threatening, I'm going to go watch it by myself.
I know, so when I came up, did you already watch it? Because she was watching the Devon show. And then we watched it.
But we also watched her stitch along.
It was like
earlier in the day.
Earlier in the day, excuse me.
And she did some stitchy tags about pets. It was really cute. Sorry.
But anyway, Hannah, I really hope you get your car that you want. Like, if everything works out.
Maybe you can talk them down in price a little.
Yeah, so we said we wanted to, because as we were watching it, she's talking about her pets. We were keep going.
Yeah, we wanted to know what, like, we thought of our pets.
Like, your naughtiest moment of your pet. And, we don't have a horse. That's unfortunate.
Cool.
But that's cool to have a horse as a pet. So yeah, we were talking about Paris and Twilight.
Twyla and Paris's naughtiest moment. So I think Twyla's naughtiest moment was when she bit Lauren. And this is kind of funny.
This is after her teeth were gone.
Yes, Twyla has no teeth. About 3 years ago, all of her teeth were pulled out because they were rotting. And unfortunately, we didn't brush her teeth like we should have.
That's usually how her... I mean,
so that's why her tongue sticks out. It's because she has no teeth. Honey, I don't like your licks.
How she has the close shape now. I think it is because of her tongue.
Oh, yeah, that's why.
But her tongue sticks out and it's adorable.
So this little girl was a puppy. So we had brand new Paris puppy who would antagonize Twyla. And she would go after her tongue. She still does. She wants to bite Twyla's tongue or lick it or eat it or I don't know. She's a dog. She does dog things.
They don't talk to us exactly.
Right. So she goes after Twyla's tongue and Twyla just
backs up.
Yeah, she just backs up, gets away from her. Well, we were all sitting on the couch. The four of us. Lauren's sitting here, I'm here, and the dogs are between us.
They jumped up.
No,
she was in between.
Paris was next to Lauren, and she was going after Twyla's tongue. And all of a sudden, Twyla lunged at Paris. Like, totally lunged at her. Like, she was going to chomp down on her neck or something. I don't know. It was funny. And she lunged for her, and Paris moved. And Lauren was wearing shorts.
Oh, that's her leg.
And she chomps down on Lauren's leg. Now, this was 3 years ago, so she was like 11 or 12. And, you know, devastated. Paris bit me! The little puppy bit me. And I'm like, she did not bite you. I said her back was to you. No, she bit me. And then she pulls her short legs up. And I'm like, do you see that bite mark? It was turning into a bruise, but there were no teeth marks. And Lauren is like, oh, it really was Twyla. Mm-hmm. So that was totally an accident. So it was a naughty moment. And I say it's naughty because she was trying to bite her sister. And she's never tried again.
You're lucky.
Yeah, Paris got lucky. But Twyla doesn't normally get that irritated. And I've never seen her that irritated again. Mm. I mean, I didn't spank her or anything.
Well, I want to lick the hand too. I just first wanted to point this out. Have we ever mentioned that Paris is a little fatty?
Yeah. But what's Paris's naughtiest moment?
I don't know what you said it was.
I did say what it was.
But my point is Paris is
picking at her sister.
Yeah. She's fat. F-A-T-E.
Oh, yes.
Fat. E. Not feet. I said she's fat. I said it to the girls.
Well, so Paris, I think I said that was Paris's naughtiest moment, making Twyla
Yeah.
bite. Because Twyla's naughtiest
You're
moment,
talking about the shoelaces.
she would chew my husband's shoelaces. And my husband never learned. Like, seriously, we had to teach the dog don't chew on the shoelaces, which we did. But we would actually take his shoes upstairs, and then she would not chew on them. She would not go upstairs and get them. She would only do them when they were by the door, and only his.
Yeah.
But I think we cleaned all of ours out.
And at that point, because she hasn't had her teeth for so long or whatever, we may have all had Velcro shoes.
Oh, that's true. Well, it was only when she was new.
Right. So
it
definitely
wasn't really a long time.
We were all children.
So anyway, that's our puppy tag. We'll do more maybe next time.
Okay, I guess we're going to talk about their names, but...
You want to say about how they got their names?
Right. Well, how did Molly get her name?
So we couldn't think of a name. Molly was a white dog with just a little bit of shading to her, like a little bit of apricot. And I thought of the name Peaches, and...
She had pink skin.
Yeah, she had pink skin. But her ends of her white hair had some apricot to it, or apricot. So then, I don't know, just one day I looked at my husband and said, what about the name Molly? And he goes, oh, I like that. It suits her. And then we started laughing. Molly the Maltese. She was a Maltipoo.
Maltipoo. Yes, we do give our dogs middle names, by the way.
So she was Molly Peaches. And then Twyla, my husband picked, was looking at a dog name list. And we just couldn't decide on a name for her. And then he goes, what about Twyla? Well, as soon as he said it, I thought it was Twyla Paris, who is my favorite singer. So I was like, oh, yeah, Twyla sounds perfect. So it was immediately settled. And so he found her name.
Because of your cats.
Twyla Ginger. Yeah, if we ever had another... Or Cinnamon and Sugar. And if I had any other cats, they would have been Pepper and Ginger. So, which I'm allergic, so no more cats. But anyway, so Twyla Ginger. And then, obviously, my favorite singer is Twyla Paris. And when my husband begged and begged and begged for another puppy, I asked him if I could name one Paris. But while we were out looking, we saw one named Paris. And I was like, I like that name for a dog. Can I name her? Could I name a puppy Paris?
So
and he's like, I don't know.
looking at Havanese, and the puppy Havanese were huge.
Yeah.
But we had looked at some other Morkies, and that's what we looked with Dad. And
oh, yeah, so she's a...
Yorkie Poo.
Yorkie Poo. And this one's a Morkie. Maltese and Yorkie.
Yeah, so it's mixed in them, and they're all hypoallergenic. But yeah, so when we actually got Paris, he came home to her. We had totally gone and visited her. I don't know why we had FaceTime him.
I don't know. But he saw a picture of her online. He knew who we were getting. We knew we were calling her Paris the moment we got her in the car.
Since we wanted a girl, the brother was just left over where it was, but the lady brought all three girls in her arms. Like, they're
the little boy was running behind.
Their back paws were just dangling.
It was so cute, and I reached right for Paris. This was the one, and then she, loved on all of my kids, so I knew she was the one.
Nice.
I did pick all three of our dogs, and my husband says I picked good temperaments.
Because Molly had, I think she was one of 9. Because it was a farm.
No, not Molly. Twyla.
I meant Twyla, because Molly was in
the cage with 2.
She had a sister.
Yeah. So then with Paris, on the way home, we already knew she was Paris from the moment we met her. And then, really, we need a middle name.
She had a middle name by the time she got home.
Yep. By the time we got home, one of the girls said Grace. And for GraceNotesStitchers, I was like, perfect. Well, we weren't GraceNotesStitchers, but Grace Notes Music Studio. So we had Paris Grace. So anyway, that's how our dogs got her name. We are going to insert a video here of our drawing winner. So for our 300 subscriber, which we are so thankful for, our winner of our little princess magnet needle minders is Crystal Cross Stitcher. So if you can, please email us. It's in the drop down below, GraceNotesStitchers@gmail.com. Send me your address so that I can send you out your needle minders. And where did you say, Colleen, we're at now? We just looked. 338?
339?
Something like that. So yay! We actually have another giveaway at 350. we have some past the stash. And then for the last thing here is my little thread shop April. She sent the newsletter. So she's got a few new colors of Dinky Dyes, Crescent Colors, Belle Soie, S-O-I-E, and Weeks Dye Works. But here's the April sale that starts next week. Dinky Dyes is $3 a skein. It's over $4 anywhere else. Dinky Dyes Silk Pearl is $3.25. NPI Northern Lights is $2. This is your best deal, I think, right here. The Corrin Wildflowers, the variegated, $2.25 per skein. Corrin Watercolors, $3 a skein. And Corrin Snow, oh, I didn't look to see what that normally is, but that's $2.50 a skein. And as always, there's if you spend $50 or more, you get free shipping in the US, and overseas it's $100. Free shipping worldwide for orders of $100 or more. So I started to say last Flosstube, and I forgot to finish it, about making my own Thread of the Month club, because I looked to see some of them, and like Color and Cotton, which is what Colleen's going to be using for her
Mastia More.
I like the threads, but I'm not one who substitutes out very much, so anything I would get like that would be more for things like Long Dog samplers, or just simple projects. Not simple and not easy, but things that
Don't have a ton of colors.
Or don't call for a certain color. Yeah. Because I'm not a substitution person. I like the called for. Because if I don't like the called for, I don't like the pattern, basically. I don't really look at a pattern and go, ooh, I could do this in pinks instead of greens. Like, just I don't. So I thought I can't really do a Thread of the Month club for one that's not standard. I could if it was something like Weeks. So I invented my own Thread of the Month club. And basically I'm picking one or two things that Margaret puts on sale. And then I'm buying some that I don't have of that. So I make it different one spin.
Like you won't exactly get doubles.
Well, I won't get doubles.
Right, that's what I said exactly. But yeah, so you're just building a collection.
So last month I did Weeks. I did have this open. Oh, it's taped. So I got a little bit more from Margaret because I needed, what did I need? I don't know. I don't like paying shipping. I needed more of the...
Did I just see baby's breath?
No, baby. I needed more of Gentle Earths for Beauty and the Beast. So I needed 2 more skeins. So anyway, I got a few more of these. Oh my goodness. I'm not going to sit here and name... Oh, one more. I'm not going to sit here and name all these because that will probably bore you to death. But I got more Weeks because I just didn't want to pay shipping. So I'm adding into my club my stash of Weeks dye work.
Weeks, is that cotton?
Yes.
Okay.
So there's the rest of my stash for what I got this month. And then we did take advantage of Joann Fabrics DMC sale, which again I'm not going to hold up.
You did.
I did. I got you a $9.39.
You did. That's in the Child Christmas.
The what? Oh,
Christmas,
the child.
Gotta pull that out, but again, I'm working on more goals.
Oh, and just one little last note about our room, because, I love this room. We won't be stitching in here probably ever. It is very cold in here. There's a vent up here, but I've always kept it closed for 15 years.
I do like having natural daylight, and we do watch TV a lot, so.
Yeah, there's no TV in here. Yeah, there's no place for one. It's storage. And my sewing table will be in here, which it's always been. No. It's been in here for a couple months now. So we'll keep it as a sewing room. I keep the door open. Colleen sometimes will bring her stitching down and sit out in the bigger room where she can see in and chat with me. I did get Lauren to chat with me one day, but sewing down here is boring. But unfortunately now my Cricket's in here. So that'll be boring.
Oh, the Cricket. Oh.
I like being alone.
Whenever 24 hours. Is that like the end of it?
Oh yeah, that's another plan we have.
So our friends are coming over the week before.
Yeah, it changed. The dates ended up having to change, but that's okay. You guys have an event at church, Lauren and Colleen. That's the night you're helping for the meal.
Which is the day of my driver's test.
2 weeks away.
I really need to get over to school to practice the parallel parking because I pretty much know the laws and it's an it's a closed course. Is that what you call it?
Mm-hmm.
And it's been rescheduled 5 times at least.
I don't think it's been that many.
Okay, 4. So if I do, I'm not thinking negative, but seriously, if it has to get rescheduled.
Oh, there better not be a reason.
It's been rescheduled, and I've never even taken it before.
Yeah,
so.
I want your dad to take you tomorrow because he's off.
Okay. He has tomorrow's Friday. Oh.
Yeah. So, yeah, we're going to go walking tomorrow morning, hopefully. Although, it's supposed to be cool, so maybe in the afternoon. But yeah, hopefully Dad will get to take her over to Parallel Park a little bit with her brother's car, because that's what she's taking the test in.
When you said Parallel Park, it sounded like a park called Parallel Park.
But anyway, so yeah, so our friends are coming a week early, but that's okay, because they were only going to stay till midnight anyway, pretty much. So Colleen and Lauren will get home and be able to hang out with us a bit. We're just going to watch some probably Avengers movies, because the girl has never seen them before. We'll probably start with Iron Man, see what we want, where we want to go. She said she's going to bring crocheting to do. And then Mom will be reading some papers to grade, and I'll be stitching.
And we're not going to show it, but Liam finished her cat.
I wanted to put it up here, and she said no.
Nobody would be able to see it, because they can't even see the unicorn.
It doesn't matter. It would cover up that New York Yankees thing. Although, I took some pictures at Hobby Lobby today of some things. Here's another public service announcement. Hobby Lobby has wall decor on sale next week for 50% off. I have an inside
person.
Yeah, who tells me when things are getting ready to go on sale. So he's going to pick up some wall decor, and I was taking pictures of all the ones I liked, and I'll talk to my husband and help us narrow down. My husband, you're like, oh, you probably think he's really involved in what we're doing. He actually is very into fashion, and we've been married 24 years now, and he's always been in retail. About 4 or 5 years after we were married, he actually got a job in, not graphic design, but he designed floor sets using graphics. I forget. He created the floor sets and decided what garments went together, and he did men's and women's, like not at the same time, but I think he started with women's and then went to men's, or the other way around. But anyway, he would say, this shirt I want to have displayed with these pants, because they weren't already outfits. He's the one who, he would go in and lay things out. He wasn't the buyer. The buyer would bring in everything that was going into the stores, and then he would decide what's going with what, and then he would put it in a planogram and send it out to every store. He worked for Phillips Van Heusen, and it was the Jeffrey Bean division, which they don't have anymore. So then he ended up working at Calvin Klein. He's worked everywhere, Perry Ellis and then Calvin Klein. And then he worked for high-end dress shirts. And again, he had a little bit of freedom to decide where he wanted things. Now he's working in men's shoes. So he's very fashion-oriented. So, like, even when we were fixing it in here, he was the one who suggested the floating shelves. And we're like, wait, we do have them. We picked them up from a neighbor. I actually wanted to put my flat folds in our guest bathroom because all my students wash their hands in there. Mm-hmm. So I knew they'd be seen. But when he said about floating shelves, we're like, well, sure, why not? Why not in our
I kind of have, because it matches
stitching room.
My roses.
What matches your roses? The bathroom.
The room, yeah.
Yeah, well, again, one day I'd like to paint that bathroom. I don't like the color. But, yeah, so he suggested that. And then when we said about, I wanted them up for a video, he's like, well, now you can't leave them empty. So we took things off of this shelf.
Baskets, TRs.
Yeah, and he came down again to look at it. He's like, I really like what you did. So, met his approval. And he was like, you should put some wall art. Well, there was already a nail on the wall. And I have some pictures over against the wall behind the door because they're just not being used anymore. So I hung that up. He's like, oh, well, there you go. So anyway, I have lots of pictures from Hobby Lobby, photos of what I'd like. And he can help me kind of decide. Because I don't want to make it too cluttered in here. Because eventually our artwork will be on the walls.
Correct.
But is there anything else before we say goodbye?
I think that is it.
All right. This was really long. I don't know if I should apologize or...
Don't joke.
I don't know if that was me or not. All right. Well, we are going to say goodbye for now.
Happy stitching.
Happy stitching. Bye.